Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Bevelcraft Leather. In this episode, we're going to be restoring this brass No.5 vintage lighter and outfitting it with a leather lighter jacket. Please enjoy and click like and subscribe.
I got this vintage lighter off eBay. As it said, it was working, but clearly it's not working. So, what are we gonna do? I feel like we should get it working. I'm guessing that maybe the spring inside of this is completely gone. Ooh, no. Well, you can't start a lighter with dust. Wow. Okay, that looks like some of these remains. The spring is still good. That looks perfectly fine. See, it's still flopping around. So it looks like, I'm wondering if the, good Lord. I mean, that's very, very clean inside of there, if you can see. The wick is still good, it looks like. It does need to be pulled out. There's no lighter fluid on it whatsoever. Yeah, see, it doesn't even hold a flame. So that smolders nicely, but that's not the case that we want. We want it to actually function. So what we're going to do is, well, apart from cleaning this up a little bit, we're going to buy some lighter fluid, some new flints, made a quick stop at my local smoke shop, which I found rather comedic. Mainly because a 99-cent item like this was locked up in a glass case. Apparently they must have some theft problems. Just grab this guy. Let's plug this guy back in. Oh my God, I got it. Small victories. I got it in there. The trick is kind of like holding it close to your body. I wonder if I have too much. Well, I don't see how this thing could cause more tension. I'm just gonna leave that there. Whoa! It's like a caveman discovering fire, right? Oh, Lord. Small victories, right, people? Small victories. Okay, so I'm also replacing this little wick with a new wick, straight from Zippo. Yeah, my people over at Zippo hooked me up with this, but you know, 99-cent product. Actually, they didn't. I got this from the smoke store. I just thought it'd be funny to say, because that's like what YouTube people say. They're like, yeah, the people over at J&L Customs hooked me up with these sweet exhaust pipes. But, yeah, no. Oh. Wild. Okay. So apparently this wick hopefully you can see that copper wire in there. So what you do is there's a little hole there, and we're just gonna ever so gently try and get this in there. Oh, it's probably why they have the copper braided through there, so you can actually get it through that hole. That is pretty wild. You know what? I also got this lighter fluid from Menards. Like $1.50 for this thing, I believe. Maybe it was $4. So what we're gonna do is just try not to light our fingers on fire here. Get a little bit on there, and then we're gonna get a little bit on there, and then we're gonna jam. We're gonna coil this guy up. And I'm sure people that have done this before are rolling on the floor laughing as I coil this thing back up in here, and they're probably like, oh my god, this guy does not know what he's doing. And where'd that cotton batting go? So I'm just gonna spray a little bit more in there, and we're gonna jam this cotton back in there. I mean, the cotton's from, you know, probably relatively recent. It doesn't look like it's molded or anything, or moldy. There is a hell of a lot of cotton now, so we're just gonna take some of that cotton up on there, and then we're gonna take my scratch awl here, and we're just gonna ever so gently plunge this cotton batting in there. Then we're gonna take some more of this lighter fluid. We're just gonna soak the inside of this a little bit. All right, so I think that means we're gonna be cooking with fire. All right, so let's get this back on here. And you know, I really like the aesthetic of this lighter, and it's brassy goodness. And this goes back on top. So it's brass number 5 is what it says. I like it so much that I'm going to wrap it in a fine piece of leather, because it's like so small. Like, okay, it's like the size of a Matchbox car and probably half as thick as one. So even though the aesthetic of it is really sweet, it's so slippery in your hand that you would end up losing it. It'd slip out of your pocket. Who knows? Let's just light it up, see if it works. Whoa, look at that. We are in business. This is cool. Okay. All right. What we're gonna do now is create a simple leather lighter jacket for this guy, and wrap it up. This will be cool. So what we're gonna do is we are just gonna make a quick outline of this with a pencil, and it's gonna be a 2-part design here, just like the top of this is. So I'm gonna purposefully go out from it, so that I can get quite a bit of extra on there. And what I'm going to do is leave this copper stripe in the center open, because I like, you know, brass is really nice when it's polished up. Okay, so then we'll have 2 separate pieces, and you'll see how this comes together real nice and like. Okay, let's cut this within like millimeter. So we're gonna quick do a little bit of staining here. Woo-wee, this is blue as the day is long. Okay. We're just gonna brush this on. This is the most blue stuff I've ever seen in my entire life. So I think the blue will complement the brass really well. Okay, so now that the messy bit is over, we're going to seal this up. And when we come back, we're going to be stitching this together. I'm just going to do a crossover stitch like I would do otherwise. So I think this is going to be one stitch too long. I guess we'll find. But what we are going to do yeah, I really do, but okay, it's fine. I can just fix that part of it. But the thing is right now is that we have to cut this directly across. What are you doing back there? You know, part of the action? You're a glory hog. So in an effort not to cut through the other side, I'm going to put a piece of metal down in there, being my ruler. Okay, you can see here that I've finished with this sort of accent shape just to show off the brass number 5 etching on there. Yeah, I think this has been a pretty good project.
Alright, I want to thank you for watching this episode of Devil Craft Leather. Please click like and subscribe. And remember, the devil is always in the details.
What?